246-054092 or send us a mail info.accessnet@gmail.com. You can also follow us on all social media channels at AccessNet Global, African Seasoned Speakers Network, influencing the next generation of Africans.
In the next generation of Africans, that's what we stand for, and that's what we are here to gain. And that's why today we are here to influence the next generation of Africans. And as a matter of fact, any young person anywhere in the world, if you've not yet been to Africa, this is an invitation for you to spend some time in Africa. Right, so good to go. We're going to introduce our speaker for today. So our speaker has been on the platform before. He has been on the show before. And then our first time with him was some wonderful time. He shared some beautiful nuggets with us. And then ever since, we've been getting comments and we've been getting reviews from his episode that has actually served as a launching pad for a lot of people to do the inward searching and then bring out the things that they think are nothing in them to good use, and then they are benefiting from it now. So we're actually giving almost like a time to now do a review of his first encounter with the audience. So today is going to be another top up or touch up. So we'll do a little bit of what he did last time, and then we open our arms widely to welcome what he has for us today. So here we go. The introduction of our guest for today. So our guest is a communication professional. Our guest for today's episode is a public speaking coach. Our guest is a multimedia journalist. Our guest is the CEO of EKM Consulting, Communications Consulting. Sometimes I do ask myself that, how do I qualify this person? Because he almost everything. He's doing everything. And then in our first encounter with him, he said, yes, you know what? I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do so. I learned them all myself. And when you come to my room, I'm doing everything to post everything and get ready for what I want to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, joining us again on this platform for a top up. I call it a top up. A top up is no other person than the man I call the man with the hat. Korku. Welcome to the Power Impact Series show yet again for the second time. Welcome to the show, sir.
Charlie. Ambassador, you are a huge cheerleader, man. You make some of us feel too big that we are. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for the opportunity to be once again a part of the Power Impact series, a part of the African Seasoned Speakers Network. Because I believe that public speaking is a huge industry that Africans must be willing to put in the work and earn what we can earn from the industry. So yes, I'm excited to be back on the show Power Impact series, and I'm excited to share with the audience once again the few that I've picked up over the years. But like I always say, it's not enough for us to be here alone. We need to share the link. We need to get people on board. We need to get other people to listen in, to participate, to be part of the conversation. Because at the end of the day, if you are getting the nugget alone, you are going to, in your circle of friends, you don't want to be the only one who is rich. You really want all your friends to be rich. Otherwise, if you are the only rich man in Babylon, you are really a poor man. So you want to get all your friends on board, get them to join the discussion. And always, as I always say, leave your comments in the comment section, right? Let's have the conversation going together because we build each other. Ubuntu, Africa is what we are.
Yes, that's the thing, Ubuntu. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, last time you were here, we had a wonderful conversation, and I just want to let you know that people, actually, that same week, I had a lot of messages coming from people that joined us online, and then they were wowed by some of the things you shared with us. For some of them, they saw it as some small things or some little things that they were not really focusing on, but you actually enlarged it for them to see the essence of those small things that they have in that they were not looking at. So some made their their chat and then put down the things that they can easily do that they were not thinking that it could fetch them some kind of money to pay the bills. And some were like, we have this thing, and then it's like something within us, and then we didn't really see how to put a commercial value on it. But on that episode, you echoed it well, so well, that they did their lesson and able to cross out the ones that they could easily commercialize, and some are making good use of it now. So we want to say, on that note, we want to say thank you so much for that nugget you shared with us. It is yielding the results, and we hope and know today is going to another level. So we want to say thank you so much, Korku. You did wonderful on our first encounter on the Power Impact Series show, and then it's a boom, a boom, a boom, a boom. And we want to also appreciate the works you're doing. He's doing some crazy good work out there. He's just getting to Accra. He's tired, but he said no, he will just have to come onto the show and do what he does best. So can you just run us through some of the things you're doing so far? I mean, the last time you came here up to now, what are the things that you want to share with us to motivate us to also keep going? Yeah.
Well, a lot actually, and that's the thing about me. I'm doing a lot. So the last time I came here, I was not a lecturer, but now I'm teaching. So I'm supporting a friend of mine with classes at the Ghana Institute of Journalism. So I'm supporting with taking up some of his classes for him so that he can get time to take care of himself. And I just want to put out, he's not feeling really well. So we're just trying to all put our hands together and help however we can. And one of the ways I could is to help him with taking up some of his classes. So yes, you can say that I am a pro bono lecturer now. For this semester, I would call myself a pro bono lecturer. That's good. Since the last time I came here to, what have I done? Well, I've officially become a certified documentary filmmaker, which I wasn't before now. Yes, I was in training. So now I have my advanced certificate in documentary filmmaking. So
we will talk about that one. We'll talk about that one. We'll dive deeper a bit into that one to know what it all entails and what it is about.
Yeah, and definitely since then too, I have started another job in addition to the jobs I do. So I mean official job, not personal stuff, as an official job as an employee of another organization in addition to what I do. So yeah, quite a lot has happened since then.
Quite a lot has happened since then. So we are so grateful for all the advances and that is coming your way, and we are grateful because the more you go, the more you pull us along. So yes, we are happy for you. We'll keep clapping for you till it gets to our time. So,
let me just, by way of addition, I must say thank you to you and some of the audience who were on the show last time I was here, because you yourself and some other people from the show attended my event, the grand finale of the Kasanuku Public Speaking Training and Contest. So I'm really grateful to those of you who passed through, those of you who keep supporting the brand. And thank you, Ambassador, for passing through. It was really a huge motivation for me seeing you at the event.
Wow, it was also great for us because we saw the work you're doing, and then we said, "Oh, why not we come on board to support?" And to our viewers here, one of the things that happened was that the winner of that contest last week, I had a program, and that winner was the moderator for the panel discussion. So I was so happy seeing the winner moderating that section, and I'm like, that is the instinct, or that's the kind of things that have been planted in this moderator going through that series of program or that series of training that you gave to that moderator. It was smooth, it was superb. It was classic. So we want to say thank you and continue. Let's get more people on board. You know, more people keep on saying or keep coming with that same mantra that public speaking is just for those who are the motivational speakers, those who stand on stage. You see, I am in my little corner somewhere. Why should I be bothering myself and worrying myself with public speaking?
Well, you see, Ambassador, the thing about public speaking is that public speaking is it is not it's not a talent. It's not how do you put it? Nobody's born a speaker. There's nobody who's been born in this world who was holding a microphone. The
Right.
only thing that we're all born ever doing is crying. So the common denominator for all of us is that we all cry when we are born. But nobody has money when they are born. Nobody is born with a microphone. Nobody is born with a Bible. Nobody is born with a bank record. So whatever you do, whatever you know now is what you've learned over the years. You either learn through observation or you learn through training as an instruction. Either ways,
Right.
whatever you know now, you have learned. And so is
Right.
public speaking. But the beautiful
Right.
thing about public speaking is that it is not only for those that want to do public speaking professionally. Public
Okay.
speaking is a tool, right? An opportunity is a tool that you can use to facilitate whatever that you do. So you are a banker, you work within a bank. Say you are a bank teller. You think you don't need public speaking, but public speaking will teach you logic and critical thinking, logical reasoning and critical thinking. Public speaking will give you competences in emotional intelligence. Public
Okay.
speaking will teach you how to understand people. So when you meet
Okay.
somebody walking to your teller or your teller in the bank, you see that person, and by training in public speaking, you can even decipher from the person's countenance how they are walking towards you, how you should approach them, right? Say you are what a trader in the market. Say whatever profession that you are in, public speaking can be a tool and a vital tool that can facilitate what you do. And what is even more impressive about public speaking is that nobody's going to sit in the classroom for a robot to teach them. It's not going to happen, right? Nobody's going to, no, you cannot have this program that we're having now, this discussion on the Power Impact series. Imagine that I was a robot. You would not host me on this program. You understand? So, whatever be the case, public speaking is not a profession that is going to die. It is going
Right.
to be here with us because it has been there. Public speaking has been there from the ages. All kinds of advancements in technology have
Mm.
come, and none of them have been able to outwit public speaking. So think
Mm.
about it this way: what is the most powerful tool that can be used to make and unmake people?
Right.
Right? Think about it this way: Adolf Hitler, how was he able to convince his soldiers to go to war and to cause the First and Second World Wars? How? Think about it
Right.
that way. How was Jesus able to convince 12 men to spread a religion that is now the most uh, what important, the most popular religion in the world? Right?
Right.
Think of it that way. How was Kwame Nkrumah able to convince Ghanaians to stand up and fight for independence and do it immediately? So
That's
when
it.
you think about it that way, you understand that public speaking is not just something that people are born with, that only it's reserved for a few people. Public speaking is a tool, it's an opportunity, it's a platform that all of us can take advantage of, we can leverage to lead to our liberation, to lead to our freedom, to lead to our financial liberation, if you so, to improve development. Everything that we're doing takes public speaking. So the better you are at speaking in public, communicating in public, the easier you are able to do the things that you do. And it's as simple as that.
Everything you do takes public speaking. So you better pay attention to it. Let me just go to the chat area and let's see what I have in here. So I'm having here Mackenzie says, good evening to you guys, especially to you, FO. So that's one for you there, FO.
Hello, Mackenzie.
And
My number one woman. I
he
still
says,
owe Mackenzie. I still owe her.
watching you live from Dansuma. Thank you. And then
Thank you.
Kola Nuts, all the way from the Savannah region of Ghana.
Mm,
He says, my
mm.
guy.
Hello, Kola.
Happy birthday.
Much salute to
Happy
you. Much
birthday. And
salute.
then he says, watching you from the power city. Yeah, we are watching. Please
Mm-mm.
keep our lights on for us.
We
Please,
beg
yeah, from
you.
the power.
We
We
beg
beg
you.
you,
Don't
let
catch
it be
up.
on. Thank you. Kola comes in again to say, it is important, therefore, that we develop our talents as
Mm,
skills. You would be surprised to how your skills will be appreciated where you least expect. Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Keep your comments coming. Let me know who is online with me. Let me know where you're joining us from, and share the link or share the page. Let others also come, because just a few minutes of our conversation, and I'm like, I need to write a book.
Absolutely. You should write a book. You
I
should
need to,
write a book.
because what is pouring out here is worth a lot, and thanks of wisdom that is being poured out here.
May
There's
your
this,
book not be called I Am Not Ambassador.
that is a thing. That is the thing. Right. That's straight, yo. Right. So good to have you all joining us online. And now let's move straight to what we want to talk about today. So there's going to be a part two of what we did the other time. Skills pay the bills. How to acquire skills and experience to propel your career. All right. So last time you did some foundation.
Yeah.
Today, we
Yeah.
did a substructure. Today we are building the main. Building. We are bringing the main apartment on it. So we go again from the same pattern. So you pick it from there, and then we wait for our questions, and then comment from our viewers, and then those watching us online. So we pick it from here. Skills pay the bills. Yes. So now I think some of your skills are paying now. Yeah, now you did what? A documentary. You've not gotten that degree. You've gotten that degree, or you've gotten that qualification or that certification in doing documentary. So yes, the skills are doing the wonderful things there. They are doing the wonders there. The skills are doing the wonders there. So you pick it up from here. Let's see how skills pay the bills for us.
Yes, thank you very much. And as I mentioned earlier on, skills pay the bills. Last time that I was here, we talked about a few things that you can do, that we can all do to acquire skills and experiences that can propel our careers. And we spoke about, first of all, identifying our talent, identifying the things that we do. And in that, we talked about taking the skills inventory test, which is listing all the things that you know you can do, from cooking to sleeping to crying. Some people are professional funeral criers. you
You know,
know,
people didn't believe
to
it when you said it the last time.
oh, I'm telling you guys, it's true. Go to Kumasi on a regular Saturday and you would understand. Some people are professional criers. In fact, some people are fake miracle experiences, or if there's a word like that, they
Right,
experience miracle. They are actors, if you so want to put it, right?
right,
So
right.
whatever you think you can do, you make a list of that, and then you rate the things from one being you cannot do it too well, two being moderately, and three being the highest. Or you can turn it around. One can be
Right.
that you can do it very well, two being moderate, three being you cannot do it so well. Whichever way it is, you rate the talent or the skills that you've listed. And when you rate those skills, then you put by each of them M for money making, or I can make money out of it, or you put beside it N, which means I cannot make money out of it. And when you put that together, you can find for yourself some of the things that you thought you could not make money from. You realize that you can actually make a lot of money from. I remember last time I mentioned that there are people who, because they can sleep for a very long time, they use their bodies as uh, experiments for medicines. They allow their bodies to be used
For the experimentation of medicine. That's serious. Yes, that's good. So we're looking at the skills inventory sets, and then some of the skills that we do have that
to
we
that.
feel. Yeah.
So yes, so that when medicines are brought out, the chemist or the chemical engineers can write on it, take this one 2 times a day, or take it 3 times a day, or take it before meals or after meals, all of that. So whatever be the case, that your whatever skill that you have can be turned into a money making venture. It all depends on what you want to do with it.
Right.
There are doctors, but are also authors. They write books, and they launch or publish those books and make money from publishing. There are what bank managers who on the weekend are MCs, the MC event, right?
Sure.
So whatever you're doing or whatever skills that you have can be turned into an opportunity to gather experience that can help you propel your career, whatever that you want to do as a career. So we talked about that. And we then talked about creating a skills web. So I mentioned that I took advantage of myself a skills web. What does my skills web do? In my skills web, I am in the middle and I have a lot of skills, which means that whatever that I need in my value chain, whatever service that I need, I try to go and gain that skill so that I can do it for myself. So I mentioned last time that in 2018, I started my career professionally as a public speaker, and I needed graphic designers to help me design quotes that I can put out to sort of promote myself as a public speaker. And they were charging me quite an amount of money, and rightly so, because they've gained their skills. So they were charging me for it. So because I didn't have the money to pay them, I went to learn the skill. And since then, I have become a better graphic designer. And today, one of the skills that pays me the most is graphic designing, something that I didn't set out to do. Right. I also, so that is the skills web. Create around you a value chain. And in that value chain, look out for what are the things I need to help me do what I need to do. So if I'm a
Right.
banker and I need to drive to work and I don't know how to drive, I go and learn how to drive. If I learn how to drive on the weekends, I can be an Uber driver because I don't go to work on the weekend. I can make
Right.
some extra money from that. Tomorrow,
Right.
somebody maybe a job opening may come, and the opportunity to drive or the ability to drive will become an opportunity that will elevate you above other people who have the same skill set with you, right? So
Right.
whatever that you do, you need to create around your skills web. And I use that to talk about the fact that I do not believe in the idea or in the mantra that master of all trades, jack of all trades is master of none.
That's all
I
right.
do not subscribe to that. You can be a jack of all trades and be a master of all trades. Only you need to be in the right trade. And what is the right trade? The right trade is what you are comfortable doing. The right trade is what you are interested in doing. The right trade is what you are willing to sacrifice to do. Three things.
Right.
The right trade is what you are comfortable in. The right trade is what you are interested in. And the right trade is what you are willing to sacrifice to get done. So it's not always about what you're comfortable with. Sometimes it's about interest. But at other times, it's
Okay.
not just about comfort and interest. It is also about what needs to be done and what sacrifice we need to make to get it done. Then we use that to talk about marketing the skills. So you have identified the skills, you have done your skills inventory test, you have created around you skills web. What do you then do? You need to market it. So if you can do something, you need to market it. And I asked the question, if all your Facebook posts were being put together as the CV for your dream job, would you get the job? If we're going to put together all your Instagram posts, all your TikTok posts, all your Snapchat posts, all your Twitter posts, if we're going to put all of your posts on your timeline together
Right.
and consider that to be your CV, do you think you'll get your dream job? If not, then it means you're not marketing yourself well. I also asked
Right.
last time, if I went into your church today, or your mosque today, or your monastery today, and I mentioned your name, what do people know you for? Do people know you for what you know how to do? Or do people know you for something else? Do people know you for what you want them to know you for? Or do they know you for what they think you are? If what people know you for is not in tandem with what you want people to know you for, then there is a problem. So you can have the ability, but you need to market it. It is when you market the abilities, then you begin to get opportunities. Take for example, when I completed senior high school in 2015, I wanted to launch my public speaking career and I was looking for opportunities to speak. So I went to my church, my priest, I'm a Catholic, so I went to the parish priest and I told him, Father, I have written some poems and I want to be given the opportunity, just 5 minutes of the mass or the service, so that I can perform my poems. This is for free. So when it's Mother's Day, I'm writing a poem and I'm performing it. When it's Father's Day, I'm writing a poem and I'm performing it. When it's a special occasion in the church, I'm writing a poem and I'm performing it. By doing that consistently, I became known as a vocal public speaker in my church. Then I started asking for MCing opportunities. So there's an event. They've gone to pay an MC to come and do the job. No problem. I want to just be the starter, the open MC. Just let me do the few minutes before the main event starts, right? By doing that consistently, they came to realize that this boy is a good MC. So after some time, they stopped hiring MCs from outside and they made me MC. Right? And by doing this for 2 years, 2015, 2016, by 2017, when I was participating in a public speaking contest competition, my church members were solidly behind me because they knew what I could do and they believed that I could win that competition. And well, I did win that competition, thanks to God. So you need to market your skills. When you go into my church today and you ask my friend, my colleague, my church members what I am, they would all, if you want to even look for me by my actual name, which is Theodore, you will not find me. The name you would find me, you used to find me is Efo Korku Mauto. And that name is known for my public speaking abilities or my public speaking skills. Everybody knows that this gentleman is a public speaker. He teaches public speaking. He eats public speaking. He does everything public speaking. Sure. So market your skills. Market them through your social media. Market them through your friends. Market them through people. Then I mentioned that you should also serve. Serve with your skills. Serve with your gift. Serve with your talent. Right? But I also give a caveat. If you're going to serve people that have the propensity to market you when you are not there. Right. So I give an example. When I became a graphic designer in 2018, by 2020, I had become a mentee to the Venerable Kafui Day. And as his mentee, I told him that I'm a graphic designer and I showed him some of my works. So I offered to create a logo for his company, Kafui Day Consulting, and create some flyers for him. I did those logos. I did the flyers. He was impressed with it. He posted it on his timeline. A colleague from his timeline saw the logo and the flyers and asked him, where did you get this from? He says, oh, my boy did it for me. So he gave my number to the man. The man contacted me. I worked for the man and I got paid. So I can actually say that my first payment as a graphic designer came from somebody who I was recommended to. I could only be recommended to that person because I had served. So you don't always want to be aggressive, so to speak, about making money from what you do. Yes, the goal is to make money. Absolutely. Come on, Ghana is hot. We all need money. Africa is not easy. We all need the money. But when you start, you should not be in a hurry to make the money. You should rather want to serve, but serve strategically. Serve strategic people. Serve people who will mention your name when you're not there. Serve people who will recommend you, right? Like I have done now. I've always wanted to be a lecturer, and I know I would die in the classroom as a lecturer. That's a fact. Right. I don't have an MPhil or a PhD to teach yet. So what am I doing? I'm seizing every opportunity to serve people who have taught me. So this lecturer that I'm helping to teach his classes is somebody who taught me when I was a student. Now, I have gone in to ask him, sir, is it possible that I take your classes? Because I realize, you're going through a lot and you cannot be taking all your classes. And he says, yes, I'm going through so much. If I had the opportunity, I'll be glad. So he gives me some of his classes to teach. What am I doing? Right. I am gathering teaching experience. Right. So I do this for one semester, for the next semester, for a year, and I have how many years experience as a lecturer, but I don't have an MPhil yet. So when I get my MPhil and a school or a university is looking for a lecturer, I would have gathered some years of experience as a lecturer. By the time I get my MPhil, I'm already very well ripe to be teaching in the classroom. I have the experience, I have the qualification. So it is important for us to be willing to serve with our skills. So
Wow.
that is where we got to the last time. And then our
Wow.
time was up and we had to leave.
That's what we got to the last time. And this alone is also a whole season on its own. I love the recap. This recap is something else. Yes. No wonder, no wonder. Kola says, if you are going to serve people who will market your skills when you are not there. And he
Yes.
hashtag it deep.
Yes. Oh.
That is it. Oh, that is it. Oh, and I also learned from the point you made that if you have, or if you are supposed, or whatever it is that your posts that you've made on your timelines on your social
Mm,
media platform are all being put together, would that
mm,
land you your dream job? Sometimes people feel um their CV is different from what they are doing on social media. But the truth of the matter is that's what we are even
mm.
seeing you do most often.
True,
So the things
true,
you post in
true.
there. The last time Frank Addo was here, Frank Addo was talking about branding, and he was talking
Yeah.
on branding on social media,
Mm,
and he was telling people on how to audit
yeah.
your social media pages. I mean, maybe some
Mm,
5 years ago, you used to be some kind of person that you had some things going on your pages.
mhm,
Now that you've
mhm,
advanced or graduated to a different level where those things are no longer part of where you are gearing to get to, you need to audit
mm,
those pages and clear all these things from. Let us
yeah.
know the new you that we can associate all brand you
Mm,
with. Exactly when he said you go to a place that you are and they are looking for you, will you be known by what you are
mm,
exhibiting somewhere else, or you will be known by a
mm,
different thing altogether? So these are touch points. Mackenzie says very deep, very deep. James Kwesi Anderson says awesome. It's awesome, Kwesi. We all having it here. We all feeling it. It's awesome here. So cool. FO, after all these
yeah.
points that have been shared with us, serving with your talent
Mm,
and serving so that I mean the people you serve with are able to market you when you are not there. What do we go to
mm.
next from here?
Yes. So, in addition to all that we've said so far, one of the things that you need to do is to improve upon the
Mhm,
skills. I think
mhm.
that one of the biggest problem with Africans is that we are not willing to advance what we do. So I always say that Africans wallow in talent and deprive ourselves of training.
Okay.
We wallow in talent and deprive ourselves of training. So I'm good enough. I'm a great
Okay.
footballer. Yes, you can be a talented footballer, but if you put yourself to the task and you put in a lot more effort and you acquired extra training, you could be a great footballer. So there's a
Right.
difference between a talented footballer and a great footballer. There's a
Okay.
difference between a talented banker, as in somebody who is very good with numbers and can work in a bank. There's a difference between that person and a great banker. So the
Okay.
difference between talent, ability, and greatness is learning,
Okay.
improving upon what we already know.
Okay.
I started one of my 3 days public speaking training yesterday with a group in GIJ called the Echo of Leadership Training. We're doing a public speaking training for young leaders, customized training for young people who want to venture into leadership. So one of the things I told them is that every day, I don't think there is a day that goes by that I do not watch a public speaking video or read a public speaking book. Mostly it's a video. So I'm always on YouTube and I cannot sleep in 24 hours without watching at least one public speaking video. I watch something from TEDx, I watch something from Toastmasters, I watch something from some public speakers that I follow, like Vuzi Thembekwayo or somebody like Kafui Day. I'm always interested in what is the newest advancement in public speaking. I need
Right.
to improve, right?
Right.
I started learning documentary filmmaking in 2020. Now,
Okay.
When I started in 2020, I learned what I needed to learn. But I didn't think that was enough. I was using the little that I knew, but I keep learning. So
Wow.
you really want to improve, because see, the moment you start marketing your skills, marketing your gift,
Hello, folk, can you
and your
hear
talent,
us?
the expectation is high. Yes, they say heavy is the head that wears the crown. Much more is expected from him or her that much is given. So the moment you put yourself out that I am a public speaking coach, you must live up to expectation. The moment you put yourself out as I am a banker, you must live up to that expectation. The moment you put
Right.
yourself out as I am a writer, I am an author, you must live up to that expectation. So be careful what you market, because what you market will be used to mark you.
Right.
Let me repeat that.
Right.
Be careful
Right.
what you market, because what you market will be used to mark you. We only score you, we only judge you based on what you show. So if you show us something, you better be the best at that thing. And if you're not yet the best at it, you better seek improvement. So go and learn. Join a club that can teach you. Make a friend with somebody who can teach you. Go to school, go back to school and learn. Look, Ambassador, from the age of what? Maybe 15, I've really been interested in psychology and I've been doing a lot of counseling.
Okay.
But I'm yet to call myself a counselor. Why? Because I have not got the training.
Okay.
Because you never, sometimes you do something so well, so beautifully, so expertly, that you think just doing it well is enough. It's not. Because here's what happens. Training does two things to you. Training makes you an authority in what you do.
Okay.
When you get
Okay.
training, you establish yourself that I am an authority in this thing. So you are a great blogger. Yes, you
Right.
already do blogging very well. That's amazing. It's great that you can write without going to GIJ or going to Central University or going to UCC or going to UPSA. It's great. But you know
Right.
what is greater? What is greater is if you went to UPSA, in addition to your 5 years of blogging experience, you had a degree in communication. When you get a degree in communication, the embassy of the what Bahamas, for instance, can contact you to become their official publicist in Ghana. But if
Okay.
you're just a common blogger who's a talented blogger, you will remain that, and you only be spending the little that Google AdSense can give you. And that's the truth.
Right.
Right? So when you train, you up the game, you become an authority in the space.
That's
Give you
right.
an example.
That's right.
So, like I was saying, I'd always been doing documentary filmmaking for how long? Since 2020, I could say that I've been doing documentary filmmaking since 2020, right?
Right.
But I just told you, Ambassador, before we came live, that I just taught a huge part of the northern part of the country, from Tamale to Techiman to Sunyani to Dry and Kwanta and back to Accra, putting together a documentary film for an organization. How did I get that job? It's because today I have a certificate, a training from a certified or a recognized institution that can train me in documentary filmmaking. I could do it, but by getting trained, by improving in what I'm already able to do, the kind of jobs that I can get is bigger.
Right.
The
Right.
opportunities
Bigger.
are now endless. The other thing that seeking improvement does to you is that it opens you up to networks and opportunities,
Wow.
right? Because by going through this training, I have made friends with other documentary filmmakers, so that when
Charlie.
I say I want to get a gig, I'm applying for a gig from the American Embassy, for instance. The American Embassy will not give a gig to an individual. They would have to give it to an organization. So the
Right.
colleagues that I have now made, the friends that I've now made from my documentary film training class, we can come together and bid for the contract together. So
That's
we
right.
have a director, a cinematographer, an editor, a gaffer, a lighting person, a sound person, and I could be the director. You
Right.
understand? That opens me up to more. So if I was going alone, I would have charged, say, maybe 40K. But as a group, we can charge 100K.
Right.
So when you seek improvement, you also get the opportunity to network, and that network becomes relevant to that particular skill that you are into. You understand? So don't only market, also seek to grow, to improve. I tell you, there is a debate about Messi and C. Ronaldo. Who is the greatest? I want people to, if you are on this call, if you are on this live, put your answer in the comment section. Messi and C. Ronaldo, who do you think is the greatest footballer in our time? Not of all time, not of all time, but in our time.
Right, our time. All right,
Yes,
let's put it in our time.
in the last what, 2 decades,
Yeah, let's say.
between these two gentlemen, who is the greatest? Right?
Right,
The story is told of the fact that C. Ronaldo would always have extra hours of training in addition to the training that the whole team gets.
right,
He's always training extra. And that is why when C. Ronaldo enters a certain team, he is the most prized, he is the most prized, he is the most popular, and he makes the most money.
right,
It's not for nothing. It takes 11 players to make a team. But when
right,
C. Ronaldo is in a team, he is worth more than all the other 10 players put together. You think it's because he's
right,
talented? Yes, he is talented, but what does he do? He's always seeking improvement. He's always learning. He's always working harder. So yes, you can definitely be talented. You can be great at what you do, but you can be greater if you learn. So my point is seek to improve. How do you improve? Make friends with people who can help you improve. Join a class, join a club that can help you to improve. Join an association that can help you to improve, right?
right,
Go to school if you must. Go for some extra training, some professional training. If you can't sit in classroom for 4 years, go for a professional course for 6 months. Get some kind of certification. As I always say, certify your talent. Certify your talent. Now, in addition to gaining the skills, I would always say establish yourself, right? There's a difference between I can do it, people know I can do it, and I am an organization that offers the service, right? So we can move from your ability or your competency to offering services. When I started EKM Communications Consulting in 2018, what the mistake I made was I put all my personal skills as services that the organization offers. Then I went to Yali. I joined not Yali Fellowship, but I took some of the Yali courses in entrepreneurship. And in taking those courses, like I said, improvement. So I was already a CEO. The tag of a CEO was already on my neck in 2018. But in 2019, I realized that no, I don't know so much. So I went in to take 3 courses in entrepreneurship from the Yali Institute or organization. Now, after taking those courses, I came back and rebranded. And I told myself that EKM as a company, when I started, EKMC was doing MCing. But after I learned and I went through the training, I realized EKMCC should not be doing MCing because I can do MCing. But EKMCC should offer more than just MCing. So we changed from MCing and writing and publishing and all the things that I could do. And we became a company that offers public speaking training and corporate training, a company that offers brand building and brand management, a company that offers entrepreneurial incubation and training. So when we rebranded and created a service, that was the time that I realized that I had established an organization, a company. What I'm saying is this: you can do something and you can do it well. But if you keep doing it as an individual on your own without having an organization backing you, your bargaining chip is very small. But if you decided to establish an organization under which you do this, then your bargaining power becomes more because you are now paying tax. So take it for instance. take the for instance that you can cook, and so in addition to being a day lawyer, say you're a lawyer by day, or you are a public speaker by day, or you are a communications professional by day, whatever that you do by day, even you could be a footballer by day, you also cook. And last time I mentioned that for our friends who are very great cooks, you can cook and sell. And in addition to what you do, so you can cook and you sell to your office members, and if they like it and they like how it tastes, you can subsequently be cooking and getting paid for it, in addition to going to work every day. Now imagine that instead of just cooking, you go and register a company at the registrar of companies. And it's a sole proprietorship. With a sole proprietorship, you don't pay so much tax.
Right.
You don't even pay so much for registering the company. So you register that company, and that small company that you have, you see, if you're alone, there is no organization that will allow you alone to have a contract to serve them when they're having a function.
Right.
Because if you're alone, let me give you an example. So last time at the office, we were looking for an organization or somebody that can help us serve our members at our investiture and awards night. So the honors rested on me to find somebody. Now I know friends who cook very well, and I know that they cook and sell. Some of them cook and put on their WhatsApp and sell and all of that. But they are not a company, so I cannot ask them for an invoice. So you get, so because you are an individual and you are selling on your, I cannot ask you for an invoice. You are a great fashion designer. On your own, you design very beautiful outfits and you wear them and your friends wear them. And once a while, somebody at church will say, well, can you sew for me? And you sew for them and you take 300 cedis or 400 cedis. That is great. What if you register that company, right? Now you could take a contract for a school and design an outfit for them. Now you could take a contract for a pageant and design the outfit for them. So you move from just being that person who is offering a fashion design for 300 cedis, 400 cedis, to somebody who can offer a huge organization. You can serve a better purpose. Your bargaining chip is higher. So of course, in acquiring skills and leveraging on these skills to propel your career, you actually want to move beyond just doing the things to registering. Now, today you work in a bank, today you work for somebody, you work in a shop, you are doing something else. And so you are just doing what you're doing on the side. If you register your company today, in the next 5 years, you could quit your job and become your own boss.
Straight up.
Is that what we are all looking for? So that on Monday mornings, we can wake up and go to the golf course? Is that what we are seeking? So that at the end of the day, you can decide to close work at 12 noon, like Dangote does. Well, I don't know if he does, I'm just assuming he does. But you see, the point is this. So today, that you are working 8 to 5, you can still register your company. There is something in entrepreneurship, when we teach entrepreneurship, there is something we call hosting, I forget the name. So you can register your company today and not even be operating as a business. So there's a difference between a company registration permit or license and a business operating permit. So you can register the company, even if you're not ready to go into full-time business, you can just register the company, right? So that when you register the company, you can be doing your small, business for now. But in a few years to come, you cannot be working for somebody all your life. Somebody should also work for you.
That's it.
Can somebody work for you?
That's it.
All right. So in a few years to come, if you are going to consider quitting, you are not just quitting and coming to look for a new job. You are quitting and coming to do your own job. Then you become a contributing member of society. You help to address the issue of unemployment that is a menace in Africa, right? So you too become a member of society that we can all look up to.
Right.
So it's not just about wearing your suit and tie every Monday morning and going to work. No, that is not enough. And knowing that, I have a side gig, I'm an MC on the side. Can you establish more than being an MC? Can you have your own small communications firm and be offering communications consulting for people?
Sure.
How would that serve you? If you can do that, is it possible that, look, I know right now, I told you that I just got a new job early on
Right.
before I was telling that I just got a new job. Now, this job that I've just got, I'm working with a renowned journalist who has quit journalism and is now doing communications consulting.
Hmm.
And he has his own company now. So he
Right.
has employed me to come work with him.
Right.
You understand? So, and he has registered this company. He was doing this side gig when he was working for one of the
Full
biggest
time.
media houses in the country.
Right.
He was doing the side gig. So aside from going to report for his media house, he would also do his own report and sell it to the media house, other media houses that are interested. Through that, he got
Right.
a gig to work for an international media house. Through that, he has established his own organization now, and he's also employing others. That's how this thing works, right? To the
Right.
extent that an international media house is considering making him their official correspondent in West Africa.
That's huge.
And that's only because he has a company. He was working for them freelance. But now that he
Right.
has a company,
Company.
they're considering making him their
The
official
media.
correspondent in West Africa. So that's how this thing rolls.
Right.
Don't only market the skills, also seek to improve upon it. In addition to improving upon these skills, seek to establish a business so that you can move beyond just doing it on the side to doing it as your mainstay. And that can make you a better contributor to society than you have been. I think at this point, I'm willing to take some questions or some comments. Yes.
All right, all right. At this point, we're willing to take in some comments or some questions. So now it's up to you, viewers. If you have any questions for Efoko Kumawoto, this is the time for us to do that, and then we can take some questions from our audience, and then or any comments that we want to take from him. If not, we will just
Okay.
quickly
Yes.
take our
While,
final
while we are
words.
even waiting for some of the
Right,
questions to come through,
right,
I want to share something about the issue of how to even use your skills to establish. I'm using the wrong word. Yes, to establish, but more importantly, to differentiate.
okay,
To make yourself outstanding in your job. So you have a job that you're doing, all right,
yeah,
and it's a good job. It pays well. You like it. You are happy doing that job. Not everybody should become a business owner. That's true,
right,
right? But you have some other skills that you have been using to do these side jobs that we're talking about, side gigs that you're talking about.
right,
How then do you use those skills, which are not the reason why you were employed though, but how do you use those skills to make yourself a resource to your organization, right? Now, I'm saying that it is possible for you to make yourself important to your organization with the extra skills that you have. So at the workplace, there are so many things that are needed. All right. There's so many things that are needed. And there are some of them that you can do. But that's not why I was employed. It is not part of my terms of reference. When I was being employed, it wasn't part of the list of things I was told to do. So you don't do them. All right. Now, you don't do those things, but you are waiting for a promotion. You are waiting for salary increment. You only offer to the organization what you are employed to offer. Nothing more, nothing less. And it's not like that is not wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. You do the bare minimum, and that's okay. But with your extra skills that you acquire, with the extra experiences that you have, how can you then make yourself more than just what you are employed to do? All right. And so you see, you can make yourself so resourceful to your organization. They will promote you not because you have served longer, but because you offer more. At the end of the day, what does an organization pay for? An organization pays for value. So it may not be the reason why you are employed, but it can be the reason why you are promoted. It can be the reason why your salary is increased. It can be the reason why you are the favorite of the boss. It can be. So I am a writer. I'm employed to do what? Say digital marketing for an organization. I'm not, as part of digital marketing, I'm not supposed to be writing, say, news for the organization, assuming. But I can choose to write once in a while a news article and get it published in the newspapers, or get it published by any of these online news platforms. When I do that, I put my company out. When I put my company out, I put myself out. When I do that, my bosses are happy.
Hello? Hello, Afu, can you hear us? Hello, Afu? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time having Efo Kokumawutho on the line and sharing with us these beautiful nuggets. Yet, so if you have any comments or any questions for him, you can go and then you can bring the question or the comment out, because he's ready for that before he runs up his submissions for us. Yes.
When the opportunity comes
if we're losing you,
they'll consider me.
We're losing you,
right?
Yeah,
so what I'm seeing your skills that you've acquired and your experience to help yourself to gain extra cash.
Yeah. If we were losing Efo out. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time always having Efo Kokumawutho on the line. And hey. Let me read some comments here. I have here, Mackenzie says, very deep. I have here Senna Foley. Senna Foley says, Efo. He was just giving some shout outs to Efo on what Efo was taking us through. Thank you so much. And then, yes, the final point that we will need to get to. Get your hashtag for the day ready for us to drop the hashtag for the day. I'm sure you were able to gather some things, and then you want to put them into the hashtag for today's episode. And as we do it always, get ready with your hashtag. When Efo comes back, he's going to give us his final thoughts, and he's going to run up everything for us. But get your hashtag ready. And let's bring Efo back to give us his final submissions for the day. Yes, thank you, Efo. We lost you.
I'm sorry for the break. In Ghana, you cannot have.
We understand that. No problem at all. We here with you. Yes, so let's get a hashtag ready. What is your hashtag for today's episode? Yes. What were you able to get? What is your hashtag for today's episode? Get your hashtag for today's episode ready. Get your hashtag ready. Now, before we do the hashtag, okay, let's see what we have here. Let's see the hashtag that we have here today. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is what we're able to glean. Also, we're going to push it into the chat area, and then we will see what we have. Right. So that's what we have out there. Our hashtag for today's episode. Improving upon what you already know. What you say about the hashtag that you have for today's episode? Eddie, your final word.
I think it's perfect. I think yes. Last time I was there, we did hashtag skills pay the bills. So this time, improving upon what you know, or hashtag doing extra. I think hashtag improving upon what you know is great. Hashtag improving upon what you know. Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely. Because you need to improve upon what you know. You cannot stay with only what you know and think you would achieve greatness. Greatness only comes to those who do more, who are willing to sacrifice more, who are willing to go the extra mile, who are willing to add more to what they do. So yes, hashtag improving upon what you already know is the hashtag for the day, and I love it.
It's a hashtag for the day, and I love it. And most definitely, we're going to come back for a part 3. I know, because
Yeah.
today has also taken us on to another level. We love
Mm.
every bit and pieces that you shared with us, because it is always a level up anytime we have Eko in the studios with us, doing whatever he does best by giving us what you need to improve upon what you do. And we want to also want to appreciate him for all the good works he's doing. Aside all the gigs he's doing, he finds time to groom people into moving into public speaking. And as we started it already, as long as you try and communicate with anybody, public speaking plays a major part. And he said something earlier on that, yeah, he's been doing designing all the years by himself. And you know what? When you said that, this is what came to me. Like, he's able to communicate his ideas through the designs he does. And it comes out so well, because he's a public speaker and he's communicating with the public. So in
Yeah.
the art design, or in the creative art design level,
Mm.
he also communicates so well from what he is good at doing any other time. Yeah, so that is able for us. Your last words, and then we call it a day.
So on final words, I just want to remind all of us that look, skills pay the bills. The number of skills you have can pay a number of bills. Left to me alone, what you should do for every need that you have, for every um, problem that you have, go and find one skill that can solve it and learn that skill and solve it. Right? You need to pay the water bill. Dedicate one of your skills and the income from that skill to paying the water bill. You need to pay the light bill. You need to pay the rent. You need to buy a new shoe. Whatever you need, find a skill that can make you income to sort out that need. Then you will understand when we say skills pay the bills. Dedicate one skill to one need, one skill to one need. In addition to that, if you can fashion for yourself this task, at least in every year, you want to acquire one new skill. At
Right.
least, if for nothing at all, in every 365 days, every 12 months, every 52 weeks, you want to acquire one new skill, just one thing. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be something as small as I want to learn how to drive. It can be something as little as I want to improve upon my speaking. I want to become a better designer. And no skill is beyond you. No skill is beyond you. So, three things: consider having one skill dedicated to every need that you have, and consider improving upon your skills every once in a while. Then, if it is possible, dedicate yourself or commit yourself to earning or gaining or acquiring one new skill every day. And I think that with that, Africans and Africa would keep rising until the eagles are saying the sky is too big for us.
Acquiring a skill every day. Yes, that's what he ends up with. Thank you so much. And Isaac says, adding value to yourself and making it count. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Efo, for the enlightenment. And I also want to say thank you so much for coming again onto the show for the second time. And then it's always a power pack when you have Efo in the house. Thank you so much. And thank you, our viewers, joining us online and sharing your comments with us, and then motivating us to do what we do most. Thank you so much for joining us.
yes.
And as we show, we always do it. We've gotten our tag for the week, which is improving upon what you already know. Till meet same time next week. We always say, dreams are in levels. Make sure you get to the top level of your dream and go out there and learn that new skill. So one skill, one need. One skill, one need. One skill, one need. Till meet again same time next week. It's Ambassador Benjamin Osansa together with Efo Korku having this episode come all the way to you, proudly brought to you by the African Season Speakers Network. To meet same time next week. Have a wonderful week, and God be with us all.